Hey there, it's Lenny Magill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop right here in San Diego, California. And we're going to talk today about the Polymer80 compact lower that I've built into this beautiful 9mm, featuring the Glock 19 slide and Glock factory parts inside of the Polymer80 lower. Pretty awesome. This thing is tight. I mean, really, it works great. Gun, of course, is unloaded. You know, one of the questions we get all the time, people call up and say, well, but what holsters will that work into? And that's a darn good question, because the full-size upper doesn't really fit into the Glock 17 or Glock 22 holsters. So I thought, well, maybe the 19 won't fit into some of these 19 holsters. Now, we sell a lot of holsters here. I mean, we literally have about 100 different style holsters from all kinds of different manufacturers. So that was one of my big questions. Well, gosh, will it work with those holsters? So went through the warehouse last night, pulled out, a bunch of holsters, and it basically works in every one of them. I didn't see any of them that didn't work. I mean, I didn't do all 100, to be honest, but I certainly did about 30, and I thought, it was getting late. I said, okay, enough, it's going to work. So I've got 5 here that I'm going to show you real quick, okay? This is a belt slot holster from DeSantis. It's called a mini slide. It's actually a pretty neat little holster because it's really super tight to the body, holds the gun high above the belt line. Notice that the belt goes here and here. So most of the gun is up here, above the belt. That's what you're looking for, because you want to be concealed. You don't want the gun hanging below the belt. It's that type of holster. So this is the one I thought, well, gee, if it fits in here, it's going to really fit in anywhere, because it's a leather holster. And, it's pretty tight. Usually these holsters are tight from the factory, even with the standard guns. So the general rule of thumb is when you buy a leather holster, you want to work it in there a little bit. So I had to, look at it. Now, when you holster a gun, it's always a good habit to put your hand, or your thumb, over top of the slide, so it doesn't disengage or come out of battery as you push it into the holster, especially one of these new tight holsters. So what you do is you put your thumb over top and you push it in there. And lo and behold, there it is. I mean, it's in there. I can kind of even go see it a little bit better. And yes, it is holding. And yes, it is covering the trigger guard. And yes, I can snap the snap, I bet you. Let's see here. Let me get it back in there just a little bit more. And this has a retention strap. And when you hear it snap, you're going to say, yes, it did work. There it is. So yes, it is basically fully engaged in this holster. Thumb snap, bang, and draw, and it comes out. Now, as I suggested in previous videos, a lot of my concealed carry videos, every time you get a holster like this, no matter what gun it is, you want to make sure it fits, and typically they're going to be tight, especially these leather holsters. So what you'll do at home while you're watching TV with an unloaded gun, no ammo in the room, is you will put the gun in and out about 100 times, maybe 200, to break it in, get a wear channel inside here. That's how you make these holsters work. So there's the first one. Certainly worked with the mini slide. Here's the Galco Royal Guard. It's an inside the waistband holster. This one also is tight. I thought, well, it may not work with this one. I was a little worried about this one when I first saw it, but I thought, well, let's try it. So here we go. Watch this. All the way in. Okay, now, I would say this one is really tight. So if I was going to take this out into the world, I would definitely sit home and jam it in and out of there about 100 times. And I'm not joking, really, 100 at least 100, to develop that wear channel, to kind of wear that leather a little bit, and or, just put it in there after you do all that and let it sit there for a while to stretch the leather too. So these are two natural leather products, and they're the ones I really thought was going to be the big problem. What I saw here, if you look here at the frame, see that little hook there that they developed onto the front of the trigger guard? I thought that was going to be a problem. I said, oh, these holsters are not going to work because of that. But they do. And you notice they did that on purpose so that you can get a good grip underneath there, like so. See how my finger gets up high, and then my offhand goes right into there. That's what that's all about. And a lot of guys like to wrap their thumb over there, or some guys will put their finger up there too. I like to be down here and put my thumb down. That's kind of my technique. I really have it. Now, sometimes I'll ride the thumb along the side as well. But either way, depends. Depends what kind of mood I'm in, I guess. But right now, I feel like coming down here and grabbing hold of that. So again, I'm kind of holding the gun with that left hand as well. That's just a sidebar. So let's look at another holster. Another leather holster. This one, I thought, wow, this one's really tight. And this is the Cozy Partner. We sell a ton of these. It's got this leather piece that actually protects the body from the gun. These are 3 leather holsters. These are the ones I thought would not work. But watch again. It does work. Just like that. Okay? There it is. Trigger guard is fully covered. Gun is in there, not coming out. But when I want it, there it comes. Again, a little tight. All I got to do is work it out, work it in 100 times. So that's the Cozy Partner. There's the Royal Guard. This is the mini thumb brake or thumb mini slide, we call it. Yeah. Now, next one is a, well, I guess this is Cordura or yeah, I guess it's a Cordura holster. Yeah, it's kind of a cloth holster. This is low cost, but very effective. What's neat about this one? Actually has a spare magazine pouch up here. Check that out. This is called the Pro Stealth. It's ambidextrous. This clip will go on either side, and this is kind of inside the waistband. So you put this clip over your belt. It's a pretty stout clip, as you can see. But I thought, well, this one's not going to give it all. So if it fits in here, it's really going to fit on most holsters. So here we go. And look at that. Hey, gun's in there. Not coming out unless I want it out. Got a spare magazine as well. And then out it comes. So it works with the Pro Stealth. That's cool too. And then finally, I thought, well, okay, so I got through some leathers. I got through some Corduras. What about the Kydex holsters? Will it work with those? So I pulled out a $35 holster, which we sell a ton of these. This is a very popular holster. It's $35. Got a great clip on it. Inside the waistband, okay? And you can also wear it outside the waistband if you want. That's what's nice about it. If you're just, not an all day long gun carrier and you're gonna just say, hey, I wanna slap a holster on and just have it, boom, right over your belt, slap it on. It holds the gun there fine. It's not, not your deep carry, but it's there. And you can get it out there because that clip has a nice stout little hook on it that's gonna grab your belt. So I thought to myself, well, if it fits in here, then it's gonna fit in just about anything. And so, because these don't give that much, the Kydex, not at all. So I started going in. I said, well, hey, look at that. Oh my, it does work. Look at that. Just where it's supposed to go. It's in there. Okay, covers the trigger and comes out when I want it. So the answer to the questions that I've seen on my Instagram and Facebook page as to what holsters will that compact frame work in? Well, my friends, it appears every single one of them, at least from my survey, and I've done 30 holsters so far. I only want to show you 5 here because this video is getting long already and you're probably bored of looking at me. But that's another story. Thanks for watching. I'm Lenny Magill. We'll see you next time.